What's up? What's up? Let's do this, fam. We starting it out right. Music, dance. Can y'all hear the music? Let me know. Last time I didn't even have the music playing. Where all the goddesses at? Hola, how are y'all doing? Yes. All right. Thank you, Conquering Lioness, because I was worried. How y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning. Hey. Buenos dias. Wealth rising. Woohoo! Yes, it's time. Wenetta. Greetings, Minister. Ocean Kimmy. Hey, Cat. Come on, let's do it. Me too. I chose it because it sounds like African dance to me. Come on, y'all. Let's work this out. Come on. Let's do this. Grand Rising. All the goddesses in the house. Woohoo! What's up, Sunflower Child? Good, Queen. Woohoo! Shuffle in that seat, Jasmine. Shuffle in that seat. All right, y'all. We're gonna turn it down. I'll bring it back later. Yeah, I have made a commitment to myself. All right, Sandra. I have made a commitment to myself that I'm up, I'm moving. I got to push myself. I have gotten into too much inertia. And by the way, Mercury goes retrograde today. So y'all know sometimes I can be a little exacting. It's not retrograde fully yet, but baby, we basically in Mercury retrograde. All right. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have a nice little Mercury retrograde. Where is Mercury retrograde? It's retrograde in Virgo. It's retrograde in Virgo. So um yeah, the best thing to do when we're dealing with Virgo is, baby, we got to take care of our health. We got to take care of our well-being. All right. So I said, no matter what, I didn't really want to dance this morning. I was like, I'm dancing. It's Virgo. It's Mercury retrograde in Virgo. I'm in a very Virgo-esque season, actually. So, how is everyone out there? Thank y'all so much. Um, I do have the Mercury retrograde mini masterclass inside of my membership. I hope I put that link in the description box. But if I didn't, I will find it and drop it because sometimes people have problems finding it. But it's a really good. I listened to it this morning and I was like, "Oh wow, this is a really good class." So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about Mercury. This today is a very Virgo-esque day because Mercury is retrograding in Virgo. So I want to just focus on all things Virgo. Let me see here. What else? Oh, so yeah, we'll look at the astrology. do a reading as we always do. I have a mindfulness practice for us. And yeah, I just want to check in with everybody and see how you all are doing. All righty. It's Virgo season today, too. Yes, 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 yes. We are full on in Virgo season. There we go. That's right. That's right. If you're at work and you had to shake your shimmy in your seat, that is perfect. That is perfect. So, sisters, do you have your drink? I'm gonna let my desk down. We'll have to let it back up later because we're gonna dance some more. But do you have your something to drink this morning? The first one that I'll show y'all is my Topo Chico water. I love this water so much. I love this water so much. So I'm drinking Topo Chico water. It's mineral water. It's out of Mexico. I love this water so much. Love it. But today I am drinking out of my I got my MBA in manifestation. I was trying to decide which one I was going to um drink out of today, and I said, "You know what? I'm drinking out of this one. Hopefully the light will correct itself. I don't know why I'm looking so dark. Um hopefully I'm drinking out of this because my student loan debt has been completely wiped away with the a press of a button in a computer. I owe 0 out of the 36K that I was owing at this point. Mm, I'm still on cloud 9. It feels amazing. I love this feeling of having my student loan debt egged out. And the reason I'm drinking from this mug, I'm gonna put this down here. Let me just pause for a minute. Y'all, this Mercury retrograde. I think we need to really be cautious about um, this Mercury retrograde. We really need to be cautious about our computers and technology, phones, all of that. A lot of times I have a nice little place that if I were to knock water over, it wouldn't mess anything up, but I'm not even playing like that right now. That's why I was like, let me put this down on the floor. So please, 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 I beg of y'all, be very mindful. You may want to put on your calendar every day or a little reminder. It's Mercury retrograde, so that you can make sure that you are leaving, at a reasonable time, so you can get to wherever you need to go. If there are delays, you'll be fine. You just want to be very intentional and mindful in how you're moving. You want to be intentional and mindful with your technology. So, yeah, I really encourage you um, to just take care and caution. Yeah. And so, yeah, I put this on my, everywhere I posted about my student loans, but I had been envisioning having a 0 balance because there was a couple of times where it was like the somebody would just come through and like take off 3K. I don't know why, but I had some of my student loan just wiped away along the years, just maybe about $6,000. But it doesn't matter because when they add the interest back in there, it just went right back up. But anywho, but I would just kind of feel like, I chose to stay at home with my kids, and I haven't chosen actually to even focus on paying these off. And how am I going to do this? What kind of money, what kind of plan do I need to pay this off? And one day after studying one of my manifestation classes, I said, you know what? I'm just going to vision it at 0, and maybe something will, I don't care how it gets paid off. I could pay it off. I'm cool with paying it off, or it could just be 0. I had attempted, because I've been working at a nonprofit for about 12 years now. I had been no 13 years. I had been attempting, to get it forgiven that way, and it wasn't working out. There was something about the kind of student loans I had that wouldn't permit it. I don't know, but I just kept envisioning it was going to happen. When the pandemic happened, I couldn't even believe that, student loans were paused. I was like, "What?" This is actually something that could happen. I really didn't even think I was gonna make it. I was prepared to start paying in September. But when I got that message that my student loans were gonna be forgiven because I've been paying on them so long, I'd probably paid them off over time with if they hadn't put all that interest on there. Uh, I couldn't believe it. I literally couldn't believe it. I was like, "I'm not gonna believe it until I see 0." But I've been holding the faith that I was gonna see 0. I know so many people who are like, "We're gonna have these kind of loans and debts forever." So, whatever. I kept thinking, "This I don't wanna die with this. I need this to be 0." I got my MBA in manifestation. Hey, look, you gotta believe it's possible. Miscellaneous AB. Okay, wait, let me see what y'all drinking because I've been seeing folks talking about what they drinking. Let's see here. We have essential alkaline water. We have lemon water. Hey, Shannon, how are you? Shakira, how you doing, home girl? Good. Wait a minute. How you doing, home girl? Good to see you. Blue Lotus tea. Nice. Blue Lotus anointing oil. Minister Ocean Kimmy is a Virgo. And one of the things, because I was listening to my Virgo class that I put in my membership this morning, and one of the things that I said, Virgo, this Mercury retrograde, we might be able to use Virgo for is creating tinctures, like healing tinctures, herbal tinctures, any kind of thing that is like using natural ingredients to create remedies and those kinds of things. So the fact that she created Blue Lotus anointing oil is amazing. Or it's aligned. Thank you. Thank you. Ah. Me and this fan, I'm scared. I'm starting to get attached to this fan in an unhealthy way, but I love my fan. Oh. Paulette is another one that's very earthy and herbal. I just know this because they're in my initiation. Do it for real. Seriously. Seriously. I'm telling you, anything is possible. You want me to tell you something, y'all? One of the things I said in my Mercury retrograde class was I honestly believe something can manifest during this time. It'll be more of like a physical, monetary manifestation because Taurus and Virgo are involved. And so I just want y'all to stay open. I'm telling y'all, part of my strategy is to only focus on what I see. And I don't do a good job at doing it all the time. Not what I see, but what I desire. And y'all know we've talked about this too. I remember putting out a class on the laws of the universe. And one of the ones I used is kind of like a modern day way of talking about the laws of the universe. It's from this book that I read. Money comes to me easily and naturally, or something flows to me easily and naturally, or something like that. And the three laws that are in this book is whatever you are currently plugged into. So for instance, we're talking about credit card debt. Whatever you see with that credit card debt, unplug from it. Just that it's not that it's not there. We continue to pay on the debt or whatever the debt is for you. Could be a mortgage, could be a car payment, whatever. But what we want to do is to unplug, have no energy around it whatsoever. Unplug. And that's called soften. Okay. So I'm going to give you the three S's. Soften. And then the next thing you do is you shift to what you want, which would be 0. That's what I've been focusing on because I got credit card debt too. 0. 0. Can you look at the like, imagine in your mind a statement. And on that statement, it says 0 balance for whatever this is that you owe. 0. So that's the called shift. So soften from what you have And when you soften, it's softening like your connection to it. It's softening your focus. Okay. Shift. So shift to zero balance. And then the third S is stay. Soften, shift, stay. And I'm gonna just expect that y'all are gonna tell me it's gone. Because I'm telling y'all, it didn't seem like it was gonna happen. I really thought I was gonna have to come, and I had a plan too. I had even come up with a plan. One day I had this plan get downloaded in me on exactly the path forward to paying it off. And um and I tell you, the money has started coming in too. Just all of a sudden I started getting some reading requests and just all these different ideas that I can do that would help me to begin to make extra, make some extra money to pay on these debts. And so I was like, zero is the only thing I'm available for. I'm only available to a zero balance. This is how powerful we are. And it takes just continual, like, I'm just gonna stick and stay. I'm just gonna continue to see it. And who knows, maybe you come into a settlement of some kind. I don't know what it is. The universe is wise, and it has access to all the options. And so, yeah, you know, who knows how it could happen. Oh, Jaimin is here. Hi, Jaimin. How are you? So good to see you. I don't know. I just feel like doing the astrology first. We're already talking about this. So let's focus on the astrology. Any new sisters here? Anyone who's never been here before? Hello to the hashtag replay sisters. Sorry to just now, I jumped in with the dancing and everything. Sorry to just now be talking or speaking to you. Hello, 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 everybody. So, what we want to do is look at what we have going on here. Um, yeah, Mars opposition Neptune. We're still in that. I'm gonna change the way this looks real quick. Un momento, las reinas. Un momento. Okay. So I just want to bring this up again because it's still in effect, and it's something that we need to be cautious of. Because we have so many planets in Virgo and Pisces, has anyone lost anything? Let me ask you that. I have. Okay, I can't do too much at one time. You want to be cautious of losing things. Like, I've lost 2 pair of earbuds, and these things are expensive. I am just like, what in the world? And I know they're somewhere around the house. It's like they just went poof. So, I just really want to just tell y'all, for these next few days, this is something that you really want to be cautious of. You want to be cautious of anyone who is trying to scam you, hack you, that kind of thing. I know I've talked about it before. It may sound like a broken record, but this is like, it's not the best energy. It also can make you feel a little bit tired. Some of us may just not feel like we have much energy. Pretty soon that'll be over because Mars is going to be moving into Libra very, very soon. But that is definitely something that we are still under the purview of. This Venus square Jupiter is all about it's almost like some of it could be just overindulgence. You spent too much money, you ate too much food, you hung out and just, you just did too much. You're just doing way, way too much. And it's all about pleasure. Some of us actually may need it, but it can make us kind of go overboard. But it also could bring a blessing out of something that kind of feels like it's not positive, or it could like kick you into action. Um, Maybe you got to take some messy action forward on a goal that you have or something you want to manifest. It could help you with that. I think it could also help us get stuck. Anyone feel like they're kind of getting unstuck right now, even though everything feels slow, y'all? Don't rush right now. Take it from your sis. I'm trying to let y'all know right now is not the time to rush. It's not the time to push. This morning I wanted to get something done before I got on with you all, and I was just like, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. um, Slow, methodical. But by the same token, there's a difference between being slow and methodical and being stuck. And so this Venus square Jupiter could maybe kind of help us get unstuck, but it's more energetically. It might be like you get unstuck in your motivation, or you get unstuck uh, in like manifesting. It'll kind of feel like, okay, I was kind of held up on manifesting something, because both of these are manifesting planets. And that's why I'm saying it can help you take action so that you get unstuck, because both of them are in like um, Venus is in Leo, Jupiter is in Taurus. Those are not fast acting signs. But that square can help us to take, maybe some aligned action. You get kind of pushed all of a sudden to take some aligned action. So, ah, yeah. My husband lost his reading glasses. Yeah. Hey, Shamika, Divine Rising. How are you, Queen? Okay. Hello to the Priestess Serene. Hey, Queen. Yeah, it'll feel kind of like motivation more than a lot of energy, but you'll feel that you'll be feeling kind of like I can take some action. Um, it'll probably, Diza, be more like around the 24th, 25th, especially the 25th. Yeah, because Mars is trine Pluto. So Mars is action. It has a lot of energy, and Pluto is power. So I think that we'll feel more energy closer to the end of the week. Um, yeah, it's a little bit messy right now, y'all. It's a little. The more I keep looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just a little bit messy. But okay, where are the Virgos in the house? Where are the Virgos in the house? I'm gonna put on a little music so that we can celebrate. It's Virgo season. Virgos, this is your time, sun, moon, or ascendant. I don't care which one it is. If you're a Virgo, we're gonna celebrate you. Okay, let's celebrate all of the Virgos in the house. Happy birthday. All right, it's Virgo season, baby. Hey. Happy birthday, Virgos. Here we go. All the Virgos, they're showing up. They're showing out. It's just season, Virgo queen. We got a Virgo mom. I'm a Virgo mom. I got a Virgo. I got a Virgo. Come on, Virgo. Happy birthday, Virgo. Yay, go Serene. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Virgo got me up and moving. See, that's how we do it in Virgo season. It's time to be healthy, as my dad's wife would say it. You look healthy. Let's see here. Okay. Happy birthday, Queen Serene. We're here to fix everything and everybody. So don't let me tell you, this no truer words have been spoken. Everybody get ready. Virgo's gonna fix us all, whether we want it or not. All right, I see you. We got Venus in Virgo. We love the Virgos. We love, love, love the Virgos. Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday. We got Mars in Virgo. I see you, Shamika. Mars return, baby. Mars return. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yes, yes, yes. Virgo is going to fix everything and everybody. So y'all better get ready. Okay, let me pull this back up. Right, right. We live for Virgo, Jaimin. Yes, we do. Okay, Queens. Okay, so let's talk about Sun in Virgo. Sun in Virgo. So, you know, anytime we're in Virgo season, it is time to, I mean, Ocean Kimmy said it right. It's time to get some stuff together. All right. You're going to get fixed up. Yes. Happy birthday to all the Virgos. You're going to get fixed. You're going to get repaired. But that's only after you're told everything that's wrong. Virgo is like this. Okay. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me take this out. Now see this? Clipboard. Oh, okay. Is that what we're doing? Okay. hmm So tell me a little bit more. I'm taking a set. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So once they take that assessment, they're gonna say, okay, let me tell you everything that's wrong. All right. And then they're going to give you a plan to move forward. But guess what? It may be your own inner Virgo. We all got a Virgo house. We all got a Virgo house. So it may be your own inner Virgo. It may be Mercury retrograde in Virgo that's going to help you. But after I listened to my class this morning, I was like, I'm taking this Mercury retrograde in Virgo very, very seriously. It's like Virgo helps you to get stuff done that you actually don't want to get done. It's like a lot of meticulous, methodical routine, just over and over and over. Um, it's how you can like get rid of one habit. I honestly think this um Virgo season, we especially with Mercury retrograde, we can get rid of some bad habits um, and transform them and adopt new habits. Because typically, if we get rid of one habit, we have to replace it with something else. But yeah, we can work on having a better habits, a better lifestyle. Whatever it's like, it's just off. We're not doing we're not getting certain things done. This is the season to just tell yourself, I'm gonna get it done. It is one of the best seasons for checking off things, off your to-do list. And so Mercury retrograde is really it's kind of like Mercury retrograde pushes us down into Virgo even more. And it's like, you can't not do this Virgo thing. You must get it done. Um, So the sun in Virgo affords us those opportunities. I will say, if you want a new job, is Mercury retrograde the best time to start a new job? Maybe not, but maybe you start thinking, okay, pretty soon I'm going to find a new place to work, or I want to move into a new department where you are, something like that. Let's see here. If you are like a manager, you're in charge of other people, Virgo season is always a good time to just bring everybody together on the team and just be like, all right, y'all, let's go over all of our rules and policies, make sure we're all on the same sheet of music. If somebody is slipping, get them kind of tightened up during that time. So yeah, productivity is a thing. Whenever Virgo is around, it's because Virgo wants to be efficient. It wants to be very, very efficient and very productive. Um, and so those are topics. If you are not efficient and productive, when the sun is in Virgo, it's always the opportunity to revisit those kinds of topics in your life. Okay. Uh, and then of course Mercury is going retrograde. Let's see what time these both are happening. I don't know. In astrology, to me, timing is everything. But I didn't look at the time. The sun goes into it's the I was like to say, what? I don't know why I thought I was there already. I think I saw April. Okay, so the sun goes in. Oh, the sun went into Virgo at 5:01 a.m. That's pretty early. Okay. And Mercury goes retrograde at 3:59 p.m. Interesting. Um, so yeah, Mercury retrograde. What we're gonna talk about today is a little bit of the mind. We're gonna talk about the mind, and we're gonna also talk about habits. I pulled up something on habits, and let me see if there's anything else I want to tell y'all. Okay, so Mars is gonna go is trine Pluto, and when we're in a slow time like where we are right now, because look, Uranus goes retrograde on the 28th. And I can tell y'all right here, right now, all of us need to be expecting, the unexpected. Something potentially could come up. I honestly think this Uranus in Taurus is creating so much havoc in the environment when we're seeing. Tell me, what are the different things that y'all are seeing in your part of the world when it comes to weather? I want to hear from you all. Y'all love my clipboard. And I want to show y'all something. I even have a checklist. I don't know if the lighting is not keeping you from seeing it, but I even have a checklist here. Let me see. Maybe you can see this one because it's how I keep up with that I get stuff done or not. So, every Virgo owns a clipboard or three. I feel so aligned today. Okay. Pink, purple, wooden clipboards. I heard that. That is hilarious. What Shannon said, California, that's all I got to say. I'm telling y'all. I was thinking about it. I was like, what is happening in astrology that would indicate? Because I feel like I'm not telling y'all. But it's so unexpected that I don't think to talk about it until after it's already happened. And so what is the earth in astrology? The earth is Taurus, and we have Uranus in Taurus, and it's about to go retrograde. It's been on this degree. Let's see here. It's been on 22nd. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's been slowing down the station. It's going to actually retrograde. It looks like on the 23rd degree. So its intensity is very powerful right now. And we can look. Let's see here. So California. Okay, good. Slightly hotter than usual in the Caribbean, and the storms seem a bit early. Earthquake in Cali, hurricane warning, which for all of us, I remember hearing about the hurricane Hillary, and I was like, okay, surely they're talking about the islands. I was shocked when I found out a hurricane was gonna potentially hit, and it did, California. That's Uranus in Taurus. And I remember one of my friends on Facebook said she had during the hurricane or right before it hit, there was an earthquake. Florida boiling, slow cooker, pressure cooker type of heat. And I'm telling you, I've been to Florida. It is freaking hot down there. So if it's extra hot, good. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that, Serene. Cats and dogs in the Caribbean more than usual. That's right. Maui. Yes. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah. So I think all of this is a reflection of Uranus in where is it? Uranus over here in Taurus is just going to be bringing up crazy amounts of stuff. And so I think that it will continue to see it be a little, it'll feel a little unstable, like it's just too much going on. Something crazy like those Maui fires. Maybe we'll get back to a little bit of normalcy and it'll kind of start toning down a little bit around September 13th. Wow. Same earthquake amount before Loma Prieta in '89. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Good to hear that. Ah, Jamie is in Costa Rica. I didn't know that. Ah, yes. Everyone wants to go to Costa Rica. Okay, 98 degrees in Chicago today. Dang. My husband said that he heard there's a heat dome over where we live. So it's kind of like the heat never breaks here. Never breaks. So yeah, that Uranus retrograde it can bring something with the weather. We have to always remember Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto always make something happen in the collective. They're not really personal planets, even though we do use them. They're not personal planets, they're generational planets. Okay. And so we'll always see something happening in the collective. And then Mars trine Pluto, what would we see in the collective? I think it'll be something favorable. Let's see here. Libra. Wait a minute. Mars trine Pluto. Oh, yes. Okay. Um, let's see here. Something favorable could come around for like people who have been like advocating for workers' rights. I think it could be something like that because Virgo is this sign that has to do with it's a sign that kind of is related to oppression, to be honest with you. Um, but Virgo also has the answer for the oppression. Okay, it's the oppressed and it's the person who can liberate people from oppression. And so, it's kind of like the workers, the blue collar workers. It could be that, not all the time, but because, it's a very brilliant sign, but it actually is related to blue collar workers. And, they've been advocating for their rights. And so there, something powerful could come, like we could hear that workers have advocated and, maybe they're going to avert, you know, I don't know. So y'all get what I'm trying to say. A lot of them are out there advocating and they may get a breakthrough in some kind of way. It may even be that the government comes through and it could be anywhere. It could be here in the United States. Y'all know I just pretty much keep up with United States stuff right now, but it could be anywhere in the world. People are saying we're not going to take you treating us any old kind of way. And they might go, they might avert a strike is what I was going to say here in the United States and or maybe the government just kind of swoops in and says, okay, we're going to do a better job or employers, you've got to do a better job or we're going to be on the side of workers, which is sounds like a dream because that's not typically what happens. It seems like yeah, corporate interest went out all the time, but it may be some type of agreement that happens. But Mars and in Capricorn, excuse me, Virgo and Capricorn, they're earth signs. So it literally could be during the rest of this week when we get to the end of the week, everyone is like, I am getting so much done. Because we really do have to look for these pockets of where we can have some energy to get some stuff done. Okay. So I'm just gonna say that for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Because when we get to Sunday, the sun opposition Saturn, it could be another time where it just feels like I can't get anything done. I can't get anything done. I don't know. I just kind of have a feeling from Thursday through next Tuesday, maybe even through the end of this month. It's really a time to be mindful and deliberate and to just take extra care. Don't operate business as usual right now, okay? Um maybe you need to get more rest during this time, or with this full moon being here again, I cannot overstate the importance of you have to just pay attention, check and triple check everything. Plus with this Mercury retrograde, oh my gosh, so I just think that for this next week, it's not the worst, but it's definitely one that could have something volatile kind of come up or unexpected. And so we're just like, we're going to just be easy with it. We're going to be easy with it. So yeah, next full moon, I think I'm just going to do the full moon live stream here in the morning time with you all, since it's on a Wednesday. And yeah, let me see here. There we go. That's a good one. The writers and actors get their money. Maybe it'll be uh they'll make some progress with that. That's a good one. A very good one. Mhm. Let's see here. It's kind of funny we never get mentioned in the news too often here in San Francisco Bay. 3 point. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, okay, okay. So, yeah, that's what I have to share with you all for the astrology. I think what I want to do now, because I want to start switching into talking a little bit more about this, or just today's theme is Virgo. We're in Virgo season. We have Mercury retrograde in Virgo. And so I just wanted to touch on that. Let me get a little bit of water. Have any of y'all noticed anything going on? Like yesterday, I noticed that I was like about to trip over. I don't know. I just felt like I was on some type of TV show and acting out, just being clumsy. Um, and this is because with Mercury retrograde, you might not be able to see everything, especially in Virgo. It depends on where it's retrograde in Virgo, because Virgo is meticulous details. It can see everything. And we may miss some stuff. I was re-listening to my Mercury retrograde class, and I was like trying to say Mercury, but saying Virgo. Didn't even realize that instead of saying Mercury, I said Virgo. And then there was another time I was talking to the Aries, and I was just in the vein of saying Virgo. I was like, oh my gosh, so much miscommunication can happen. So what have you noticed for you? And Mercury retrograde, because it's already been happening, y'all. It's already been happening. So let's talk about one of the topics that Virgo is known for, and that's Virgo energy is critical. A lot of times when we think about our inner critic, we can relate it to Virgo. Virgo always has our best interest in mind. Our inner critic always has our best interest in mind, but a lot of us are not aware of how much we're listening to that inner critic. And we have negativity bias, and so it's easy for the critic to just run amok in our minds because its job, or what it feels it's doing, is keeping us safe. However, at some point, one thing that Virgo is known for is depression. And it's just because Virgo has such a critical mind. Virgos can literally be depressed. And so that's what will happen to us. Doesn't matter if you're a Virgo or not. If you let that inner critic just go on and on and on and you don't check it, then you could end up becoming just depressed because you're just putting yourself down all the time, out all the time. So one of the things that we want to do is to make sure during this Mercury retrograde and Virgo season that we have our inner critic, um, that we're aware of what our inner critic is doing, that we have a process or something to do that will help us to keep it at check or keep it in check. And we need the criticism. We need to be able to look with scrutiny at our lives, but we definitely want to do it in a way that is like, okay, that is helpful for me to know. And, I can come up with a plan moving forward. Okay. So, what I wanted to do today was do a mindfulness practice that's about dealing with negativity, because that's a lot of how we can identify when we're working with the inner critic. And one thing is for sure, as being a human being, it's we can be optimistic and we can be positive, but it's unreasonable to think that we are going to be that way all the time. That's not even to be human. A lot of people say they can't stand toxic positivity. Sometimes people don't like people who are too positive. I'm one of those kind of people who people used to say, I don't like her. She's just too positive. It's a little bit shocking for me, but I have learned a person who is a little bit more sober in their thinking and speech. I tone it down because it can be a turnoff. Optimism and positivity are not, like the creme de la creme of human existence. However, they are wonderful. And we have to choose to be in those areas, or at least headed in that direction more than being over in negative thinking, stinking thinking, and a lot of self-criticism. Okay. So what we want to do is help us to, through this mindfulness practice, take an opportunity to look at what's there and to be curious. That's one thing I love about mindfulness. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is just take the purpose of the mindfulness practice is to be present to what's there. And I it's sometimes awareness is all I need. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm thinking that and I'm done with it. It's just simple. Sometimes the awareness that we bring to what's in our thoughts is helpful because we can see a recurring pattern. We can see a habitual way of thinking, and we can choose one that is feels better or is taking us in the direction that we want to go in. Okay. So the purpose of this is so that you realize that you can learn to be present to negative thoughts without letting them consume you. Because a lot of times what happens is we hear that negative thought, and it used to crash and burn me. It used to crash and burn me. And it would be almost subconscious. I wouldn't even know it was there until I stopped to go back. Like before I crashed and burned in that moment, what was I thinking? You know? And I would go back and I'm like, oh, wow, thinking that I could see how I could have some problems. So, what we're going to do today is work on just being present to the negative thoughts that arise, if any arise. Some of y'all may not have any negative thoughts arise this morning, but this is an exercise that you can use anytime to connect and see just what's there. So if you would, just go on ahead and close your eyes. Maybe take a few deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out with your mouth. Another deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to do one more big breath in. And as we do, just pay attention to how that breath feels coming in and noticing that you hold it. How does it feel as you release it out of your mouth? And then we can just Notice the pause at the end of the exhale to inhale. When you're ready, exhale. Bringing yourself present to what the breath feels like, and also present to what it feels like to be sitting or standing where you are right now. Beautiful thing about having a body is this is what allows us to experience the now moment in the truest sense of the word. Taking note of what you're feeling in your body, any sensations that you may have. Just give yourself a nice body scan, tune into your body, maybe even thanking her for taking care of you, whether you think much about her or not each day. Just continuing to take deep breaths in and exhaling. I'm just going ahead and pay attention to your mind and just whatever is happening in your mind, just being present to it. And remember, we talked about being curious. And so with curiosity, it's non-judgment. Noticing the thoughts as they arise. And also with each thought, what is an emotion, if any, that's there? And just pay special attention to negative thoughts and just note what you're thinking or feeling. And as you tune into these thoughts, and avoiding the word negative and instead identify each thought as sad, unpleasant, irritating, painful. Give it an exact name. Continuing to breathe, just being present to the thoughts that come and go. And I want you to think about it like this. There's this word that we have in mindfulness called impermanence. Impermanence is nothing stays the same forever. Thoughts will come and thoughts will go. And so you can just see each thought, acknowledge it, and just let it pass on by. Remember, we talked about not letting a thought consume you. So can you just let it pass on by? You can even think as you see each thought as it comes, you can say the word coming. And as it leaves, you can say going. Other words you can use as you think about your thoughts arising as it comes and then passing as it leaves. Just noticing what is that like? Are you able to let the thoughts pass and go, come and go, or rise and pass? Just take some deeper breaths. Just keep that breath going. Remembering we talked about soften, shift, stay earlier. So maybe you want to soften any thought that feels sticky. Soften your focus on it. Shift to the next one coming. Just let that one float on by. Let it walk on by. And just taking a few more deep breaths. Remind yourself that thoughts come and go, and you have a choice in whether or not you believe each one. Oops. All right, so stars. I hope that y'all enjoyed that. So that's the practice that we want to do during Virgo season, but Mercury is going to be in Virgo until, let me tell y'all, until October the 4th. So from now through October the 4th, we want to use this time to, make sure that we listen to our inner critic, but we do not let the inner critic's words ride our butts and hound us and make us feel bad about ourselves. Because you are in charge of that inner critic. The inner critic is able to just run roughshod if we allow it, right? Check the inner critic. Check her. Yeah. hmm It's very, I know so many Virgos who've had to go through therapy. They've been on medication, maybe. Um, Another thing that happens is Virgo can see things that are not good, that need to be improved. And then everybody's like, "You're just so negative." Or, like Ocean Kimmy said in the beginning, um, Virgo wants to fix everybody and everything, and Virgo will end up getting worn out from that. Okay. Yeah. I've had so many issues with people not liking me because they're like, "You're just too positive. I don't wanna be around you." They would think I was fake. I definitely need help with the inner critic. I don't want to be delusional, though. I like to see myself and others clearly. Yes, 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 yes. I think for Virgo, the best way to approach it doesn't matter if you're a Virgo or not, but the best way to approach Virgo is to just tell yourself you're going to fix you. You're not in charge of everybody else. And I encourage people, if they like to fix people, they should go get a job. That, especially if you are a Virgo or you're like me, I have Virgo for my career. Is my career point, my MC is in Virgo. And so I should work in an area that has to do with Virgo. Otherwise, I'm just out here trying to fix everything and everybody. But it helps you to put that boundary around this propensity for this Virgo energy to fix everything and everybody. But the best thing you can do is to figure out, just what do I need to do for myself as a Virgo or during Virgo season if you're not a Virgo. So I get that, Serene. That's why coaching was so helpful for me. I don't criticize myself anymore. I self coach now, and not in a way that I put myself down or others. Beautiful. Yes, I knew what you were saying. Yes. putting myself down or others. Yes, very good. Self-coaching or coaching in general is definitely a remedy for Virgo. Definitely a remedy. Uh, because a coach wants to hold on, which one is this? Yes, a coach wants to support the person in accessing her his or her own their inner resources. And so coach, let me tell y'all something. I'm a coach, and sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna tell this person by my professional estimation, this is what you need to do. Because sometimes people just need to be just make it easy for them. Why we got to make stuff so hard and make people figure stuff out? That's just something I just have a pet peeve about. Yeah, at some point we're gonna have to struggle a little bit, but sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them what to do. I'm gonna tell them. Let's see here. But definitely, if you can begin to do self-coaching, learn how to coach yourself, that's the positive manifestation of, let me see how this looks. That's the positive manifestation of, Virgo, all right? So, one last thing we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna do a reading, and it's gonna be interesting to see what we get in the reading. I'm curious about that. But, Virgo, one of the things that I said in the reading that I did, and I hope that y'all avail yourself to my membership. It's only $9.99 per month. I put the Mercury retrograde mini masterclass in there. And so you can avail yourself to that because I'm telling you that I did a great job. I listened to it and I was like, wow, I know I messed up on some of the words, but I'm like, woo, I'm so happy I made this because I need it. One of the things that I talked about in that is I think that if you need a new habit, if you need to change some habits, you're going to be able to establish some new habits during this time. You can get a breakthrough when it comes to habits. So let me see if I can share this. Ah, okay, here we go. Okay. So I decided that I just found I download stuff all the time. So I have the rights to use this, just FYI. It's an article. I did not create it, but I wanted to kind of go over how do we create habits? Let me know in the chat. What habit are you working to change? What is one habit that you have that you know you need to let go of? Because this Mercury retrograde can help you with releasing that habit. And then I want to know what habit are you establishing? And so that's why I said that I'm taking this Mercury retrograde very, very seriously because, of course, you all know I am working on bringing more balance into my health. So I wanted to talk about habits today. Okay. So, tips and tricks to make habits stick. So, it says here creating a new habit is the simple part. It's not just a matter of motivation. The problem is in the habit itself. If it's too difficult, you won't stick to it. So, you have to figure out a way to simplify it. And you also there for me, I have to have a purpose. Okay. Down here where it talks about purpose, because I may not always enjoy. Like this morning, I was kind of feeling like it just feels like so much that I have to do right now for my health. I was not feeling motivated, happy about all the things that it feels like insurmountable odds. I know it's not, but just from where I am right now, it feels like insurmountable odds. And but then I thought, but my purpose is for me to age well, because this is not for play. I didn't seen too many people having health conditions. And I'm like, it could be anybody. It could be anybody. And so, where do I have control in my life? I can get up and I can go exercise. I can watch what I'm eating, all the things, all the things. So, I do think that though there is something about it where you do want to create some level of joy or fun, you know. So like for me right now, Sharky is everything. That's my fun. Or coming here, of course, but in terms of my health and wellness, belly dance. And I've been selling myself on it. I wasn't always consistent with Sharky. Maybe if I had been, I would I would have normal blood sugar levels. I would be able to lose weight easily and effortlessly. Um, but I just started selling myself on it. Like I would think, this is so fun. I love this so much. I'm a belly dancer. I love being a belly dancer, right? And also, well, I do agree with this. If you hate running, do something else. You really need to choose a way, whatever it is, because it's any habit. It doesn't have to be health and wellness. It's any habit. Some people are running late all the time. You want to establish a new habit of you're on time. To do that, what do you have to do to start being somebody who shows up on time? You have to plan in advance. It's like a whole thing. I used to be late all the time. And then I began to realize, no, in order for me to show up on time, there are some things I have to do, habits I have to create for myself that will allow me to get out on time to arrive on time. That was for when I was teaching fitness. So yes, it could be any habit. So, but this one is a good one. If you hate running, do something else. Don't run just because everyone is like, oh, running is like the best you know, form of exercise. It might be the best form of exercise for some people, not for everybody. And also, you need to fit it into your lifestyle. Okay. So you want it to be attainable. Getting up at 3 a.m. isn't always gonna work for people. You know, I hear people say all the time, you know, the early bird catches the worm, which I do feel that way. I do. There have been so many times I was up early or showed up someplace early, and I got something because I was there early. But it doesn't mean that you have to start your day at any given time. Everybody has a different rhythm that's happening inside their bodies. But so yeah, you just want to make sure it's attainable and it actually works with your chemistry. So here's some things that you want to do. You want to find your purpose in your habit. That purpose is everything to me. That purpose is everything. So make sure you have a purpose for it. And I always say you got to keep the vision high. And this is actually something that's a part of this Mercury retrograde. I explained it in the video, but you definitely want to have the vision high. And that vision is what makes you stick and stay with the mundaneness, the repetition of the habit. Okay. Remember, only one at a time. And I agree with this. I remember when I was younger, whenever I had gotten off on my health and wellness routines, I would just start with one thing. I'm just going to drink more water. Typically, I would just say, I'm just going to go exercise 20 minutes, go exercise. And that was all I cared about. I didn't care if I worked out hard. I didn't care about anything. The only thing that mattered was go exercise for 20 minutes. And then I would work on exercising for 30 minutes. And maybe I would get more structure to exercising. And then after a while, I was just like, oh, I got exercising down. And then I would focus more on my eating. I always started with the workouts when I was younger. So you want to keep it simple and you want to repeat it until it becomes a part of who you are and what you do. Okay. And yes, committing to a short period of time first. So it says here, track your habit and pick a short period of time where you would do it every day. Maybe start with 30 days, then extend it to 90 days because it helps you to feel like I can actually do this. This is something that's important when it comes to habits. I can actually do this. I can do anything for 30 days, you know? And when we get to the end of the 30 days, I'm going to reassess and reevaluate and see what I need to do. Because if it just feels like something you don't want to do and it's forever, then it's like, oh, I don't want to do this. Right. So if it's like, let me just commit for my first 30 days and I can see an end, that is so helpful in establishing that habit. So, I hope that has been helpful. So timely. I've had to shut down my negative Nancy so many times this month. Good for you. Good for you. Yes. So maybe 4 o'clock is a better time for you. I've accepted. One thing I'll share is even the individual may shift. My husband is very routine. He's going to get up and work out early every day. He doesn't have a problem with it. Has done this for years. But when you're on your period, waking up at 3 a.m. may not be, especially like the first day or two, waking up at 3 a.m. to work out. Are you kidding me? You may not even need to do anything like no serious workouts during that time. It would need to be like some yoga or just stay in bed. I don't know. But me now being in menopause, full on in menopause, um, I the thing I used to think, oh, I would wake up and work out at 4 o'clock in the morning when I was in my 30s or whatever. And it just wasn't happening. And so I just had to accept, working around 11 a.m. It just feels better for me. 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 6 p.m. I don't know what it is about those times, but I'll work out during those times. So that's something else. That's the beauty of understanding. If we have one habit, we can change it. And sometimes we may need to change the habit just because we're in a different phase of life. So, yeah, that's my plan. Good. Woo. I hear you, Tyra. That's how I do it. KISS method. Yes. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, Sophia. Keep it simple, sister. Keep it simple. So I hope that is helpful. So one thing I can say is Virgo is not always sexy. That's not to say Virgos aren't sexy. What I'm saying is the work of Virgo is not sexy. And but I always say, let Virgos not be around. And everybody's just like, everything's going to hell in a handbasket. Oh, okay. I don't know why. I feel this Lemurian deck today. I want to pull it from my Lemurian deck. And then we're going to go on ahead and get off of here. Okay. Let me drink my water. I love this water so much. Y'all see my numbers dip, even though people might be going to work or whatever. But Virgo is one of the best signs in the zodiac. Not always sexy work, but I tell you what, you honor this Mercury retrograde, and you're gonna be like sitting on top of the world, sitting on top of the world. Okay, so this one is called Reclaim Your Energy. Reclaim your energy. Let's see here. What do I think about this reclaim your energy piece? What do I think about this reclaim your energy? Oh, I have the wrong number. So this card says, interesting. One of the words that is used is recapitulation. I can see that happening. We are having to just kind of like reset ourselves maybe during this time. This might be a good time for a reset. Owning your power. Where you put your energy is your choice. This sounds kind of Virgo-esque. Kind of like where you put your energy is your choice. Overcoming triggers through self-awareness. That's that tuning in. Tuning in. One of my coaches says she heard from somebody, don't shoot the messenger, get the message. Energy vampires. Now, I believe there could be some energy vampiring going on because I told y'all this Virgo and Pisces energy So I think that's a very important one. Reclaiming your soul fragments, observing the observer, mm, shifting the victim mentality. I'm gonna tell y'all, Virgo isn't. This is not Virgos. Okay, I'm just talking about the energy Virgo. It's a victim energy. I'm telling y'all, it's a victim energy. Actually, both Virgo and Pisces, both of them got victim energy in it. So this is an opportunity, I think, for us to look at where am I being a victim, and then shifting that mentality. Okay. So one thing to do is to pay attention to your energy and how you're feeling. This is saying our energy is our responsibility, and how we give it away becomes a conscious choice as we step into empowerment. Woo. Here's a good question. This is kind of hard hitting. I'm like, dang, I avoided the African Goddess Rising deck because I thought I was going to get a nice little soft card. This says this. But what about the fragments of self we gave away before we came into this awareness? Mm-mm-mm. But listen, it's possible to recover and restore yourself to wholeness. You want to recapture and reunite with lost fragments of yourself, and that's called recapitulation. Wow. What does that say to y'all? Does anybody think anything about that? Okay, so somebody already, Shannon can relate. Okay, good, good. I was like, whoa, huh. Okay. So even when we become aware of the patterning that unnecessarily chews up our energy, we may still feel drained by certain people or situations. When we grow our awareness further and take note of the triggers, we see it's always our choice where our energy goes, although it may not feel that way. Who is dealing with somebody who is plucking your nerves right now? Somebody out there is dealing with somebody that's on their nerves. And so it's all in how we're observing and looking at the person. And honestly, if you could take time to journal and write about what is this person bringing up for you? What does it remind you of? You might see it's not so much about that person, but it's about something in you that gets, ignited or well triggered if when that person says this thing, does this thing. Sometimes it's just they walk in the room. It's deep, putting the pieces back together. Yeah, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. That's the one that really hit me. I'm like, huh. Fragments of ourselves that we've given away. And me looking at myself, what fragments have I given away and which ones do I need to recapture and reunite with? That's deep. Okay, so here's something else that it says. Um, we may feel we need to give to people we care the most about in a way that depletes us. Now, this is Virgo if I ain't never heard that, nothing, okay? So some of us may hold a sense of obligation. It's a subconscious sense of obligations to others, giving more than we give to ourselves, making us feel that our needs can't be met until everyone else's needs are taken care of. So, wow, this is on our Virgo toes, okay? This is heavy hitting. I'm like, dang. I just wanted a nice little fun reading. So all of us need to take stock on how much are we, because that is Virgo. Virgo will give and give and give. And then the next thing you know, Virgo is depleted. So what you want to do is to look at these patterns that you have for yourself, giving, 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 but not to yourself. Okay. And what you want to do, it says here to claim more time and energy for yourself, look at what is and isn't serving you. You may need to make exchanges, excuse me, you may need to make changes in your external environment. And the most effective change, though, will be in your perception of yourself. What beliefs and learnings serve you? What fear-based and limiting expectations are keeping you from your power? So consciously choose and align yourself with the ideas that serve you. So, can you think of something that's not serving you in this moment that you're like, oh my gosh, I really need to let go? If you don't want to write exactly what that is, then just put yes or share what's not serving you in your beliefs, in your self perception. And this week is a week for us to be focusing on awareness, self awareness, noticing what's there. Mm-mm-mm. So, through self awareness, it says it can help us untangle ourselves from drama. We can distinguish what is relevant and real to us here and now from outdated stories. Instead of reacting when we feel triggered, we can peel back the layers of those moments and claim a greater understanding of ourselves and the myths we unwittingly subscribe to or that others have ascribed us to. And a lot of that is just taking that time to look at the stories that you tell yourself. Well, she don't even like me. They're thinking this or they're thinking that about me. Or I think this about me. Well, this is just who I am. This is just how things are. We need to look at all of. First of all, y'all, we're just one big story. We are one big, we just tell ourselves different stories. And so, what we're being asked to do during this Mercury retrograde is to take that critical eye to the stories that we're telling ourselves and see, is this story really serving me? I would love to see if y'all drop anything in here so I can use some examples. Mm, okay. Yes. Okay. Good. I have to stop giving my work away for free. Too many friends are getting my site and energy. Okay, beautiful. And it's so good that you're aware of the effect, you know? Yeah. Okay, here's a good one. Beliefs about being too old for love. And it's so funny because I know how Serene is. I'm like the 40 plusers will like get a man before the 50 plusers. So for sure, anyone younger than 40, we're like, oh, y'all can get whoever y'all want. It's really that perception of it. Um, I'm gonna share this with you, Serene. I have a friend. I know she might be in her early 40s. It's so hard to tell how people are, but I'm pretty sure she's in her early 40s. And man, I have watched her date quite a bit. Very, very attractive woman. And even when she was in her larger size, because she recently slimmed down, when she was in her larger size, men would just be falling all over for her. And she would just be like, I know for a fact that when the right guy comes, I'm going to know. Now, she stayed in the game. She was going to be out there dating. She stayed in the game. And finally, I would see she was dating this guy or that guy, or whatever. And I was like, wow, okay, is this the one? Is this the one? Or whatever. I didn't ask her that, but I would just kind of wonder because I knew she wanted to be in a long-term committed relationship. Well, recently, maybe in the last year, she told me about this guy and he was awesome. And, they're still together and he gets along with her children. And I told her yesterday, I was like, you're a testament that when a woman decides she's going to get her man and she just stays in the game, because it's been years. I even knew her when she was married and got a divorce. I've known her for a long time. She's been single for a while. And just watching her evolution through all of this, I said, you are a testament when a woman decides she's going to get her man. She might have to be a little bit patient. She did have to be a little bit patient, but she got her man. Okay. 40s. She's in her 40s. You can always get your man whenever you're ready. You will get him. All right. You're not too old for love. Trust. Trust. Beliefs about acute pain being a necessary part of my life. That's a good one. That's a really good one. And the question just is there a different belief you can hold? This maybe one step, two steps above where you are. Maybe it's I'm open to believing something new about acute pain. Maybe this is true, maybe it's not true. Let me just see where I can go with this. 747. I love it. I love that. Okay. So let me see what else I have for you all. Mm-mm. Meditation is being called in for this. So I do agree with that. Meditation is something that will help us quite a bit during Mercury retrograde. And it says anything that takes you out of the busyness of your mind can heighten your perspective so you can see the bigger picture. Because I'm going to tell you, Virgo can make us get lost in this, right? And there is something in this that is about see the bigger picture. And it's also talking about work on diet and lifestyle to help rebalance ourselves. Work on your environment because, Virgo is about clearing the clutter. So, working on your environment. And when you are going through tough times, doing something that makes your soul rejoice, even something small, is extremely helpful in boosting your energy. So let me tell you what else this card says. It encourages you to be aware of where your energy is going. If you're not at your optimal energy level, it invites you to consider the core of why this may be. You have the power to own your energy and choose where you direct it. Look at situations that trigger drama and anxiety to reduce energy loss. I think that's really important. That one right there got on my toes. Detach from environments or people that are not healthy for you. It's up to you to make the shift. Victim mentality is no help. So realize you have the power to transform your life and choose healing and self-empowerment. It's time to kickstart the upward spiral to abundant energy and soul presence. Whoa, that was wow. Yes, stay in the game and be patient. Every woman, every woman, and I know not every woman who watches this uh dates exclusively men, but I know that that is something that's very big for women. Finding her partner, finding her male partner. You can get your man. You're not too old. Trust and believe. I'm pretty sure you're in your 30s, Serene. You have no idea how young you are. You have no idea. Even the 40s. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because guess what? In the 50s, I'm actually not old. I might be older. People can look at me and tell I'm older, but 50s doesn't feel different from 40s for me, even though, I know I'm not I don't have my cycle anymore. That feels different. But in general, I don't feel old. I don't consider myself to be old. And those of us that even check out the 60 plusers, 70s. I met a lady who took one of my trainings. Um, I had been having problems trying to figure out how old she was because I was like, wow, black don't crack. So when I met her, like she's walking like energy, she's vibrant, she is beautifully dressed. She's even launching a second phase to her career. I was like, "How old are you?" She was like 70. I was like, "I'm good with getting older. I'm good." I've been meeting more and more 60 and 70-year-olds. I'm like, "How old are you? And you doing what?" If you are in your 30s and 40s, oh my God, get your man. Let's see here. I'm trying not to be too skeptical when someone dares to approach me. Yeah. Sometimes we just have to kind of take it in and just kind of, oh, wait a minute. Who dares to approach you, Diza? I'm 47, 48 soon, but I'm nobody's old at all. 40s is young. It is so freaking young. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think that for you, it's more about learning to trust yourself. That was something that was big for me. I thought when I trust myself and when I trust the divine, then I know whatever needs to be revealed to me about this person, it will be shown. And I had to sell myself on that, Bella. I had to sell myself on that. I had to tell myself the only way I'm going to get out of constantly being scared and skeptical is I trust myself to know when somebody isn't for me or the universe is going to reveal it to me. They will show themselves to me. But I don't go giving away, my whole life. And, I have boundaries, but I can drop the skepticism. I can just honor my boundaries, drop the skepticism. And I always say, every person will show me exactly who they are. If I just give them enough time, they're going to show me exactly who they are. It may not be how they treat me. I can see if I hear somebody talking about other people, then it lets me know something about that person. Or, I used to know somebody who kind of would like want to not pay to go take a fitness class, even though I knew they had money. I'm like, you have money. Why would you sneak into this class? It just told me something about that person, that sometimes for people who, even if they have money, they kind of feel like the way to keep their money is sometimes you just cut corners, you just kind of get over on people, slide in instead of paying $5 for a class. Like that did not make sense to me. 45, yes, 46, feeling weird. Now, 46 is a pretty good age in perfection. 46 is young. No, the guy finally did after remaining caught. Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice detail. Am I that scary? Are you? I don't know. Don't know. Okay, queens. I think that's all that I have for today. Yeah. I'm thinking about I don't know if it'll be this weekend or the following weekend. If you want a reading done live, I'm going to start bringing those back on a regular basis. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And let's see here. What else? Um, yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. All right, queens, let's do this. Oh, I can't hear it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't hear it. Let's do this. I want y'all to have a good rest of the day. Yes, reading's coming back. Woohoo! Thank you. Readings coming back. Done live. Done live. Done live. Done live. All right, queens. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for being here. This has been real. Let's put this on here. Make sure I give credit where credit is due. All right, Queens. Thank y'all so much for being here. Love y'all so much. See y'all next week.